All right, so right here. So this question right here was one that we were highly missed on the test. And so therefore we're going to work one similar to this. This is an inequality. Is this single or compound?
Compound. Single.
It's single. There's one inequality sign there. So when we get done, we're only going to have one answer for x. All right, one of the most common missteps was this right here. We're going to solve this side, or we're going to simplify this side using the order of operations from top to bottom because it's simplifying. The most common mistake was distributing this negative. Most common mistake. So this negative has got to distribute to both things. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and distribute on this side. Understand, I'm simplifying both sides because there's two expressions separated by an inequality. And so I'm going to simplify both sides. I'm taking care of the parentheses. There's nothing I can do inside the parentheses. I look for exponents. There are none. So now what I'm doing is I'm doing the multiplication, which is the distributive property. Okay, and now in our order of operations, we've done parentheses, which were none, or nothing could be done. No exponents. Multiplication division has been done. Now we're going to add or subtract. There is still issues with us adding and subtracting and knowing what we can add and subtract. I cannot combine the x's unless there are x's there. I can't combine the whole number to an x if there's no x on the whole number. You're still kind of confused on what you can and cannot combine. Another thing you're confused on is what signs go with what you're doing. This negative goes on this 20. So this is negative 20 plus 6. And so that makes negative 14 minus 20x. Okay? Everybody okay with me so far? I've done no solving. All I've done is simplifying. Now I'm going to solve it. And to solve it, we work order of operations from bottom to top. And so therefore, we're going to get x by itself. Now I'm going to move the 20 to the other side, so therefore I don't have to deal with the negative. So this is going to be plus, and plus is going to be plus 20x, plus 20x. That's going to give me 28x. I'm going to move the 4 to this side to create a 0 because it is subtracted, so I'm going to create a 0 by adding. Okay, and then that's going to give me negative 10. Correct? Everybody okay with me? Now then, one thing that we struggled with on this question was this part, solving for it. We did some of the other stuff correct, it was just with the wrong number. Okay, and so I'm going to divide by 28 here. X. Do I need to change the sign at all? Why not? It's not negative, okay? And I'm going to get, well, my answer is going to be negative. Does that matter? It doesn't. All right, so I'm going to reduce the fraction to, what goes into both of them? 2 will go into both of them. 5 and 14. So, there's my answer. All right, now then, what we need to do next is we need to, it said, graph the inequality on a number line. Okay, so I'm going to put negative 5 over 4 there. How many of us are freaking out that I have fractions, and how am I going to substitute that in and pick? I'm not substituting in the fraction, am I? I'm going to check the numbers to the left and the number to the right to know which way to shade it. So to do so, what's a number that's to the left of negative 5 over 14?
Negative 6.
6 over 13.
Negative 6 over 14.
Coach Wallace?
Yes.
When the bell rings, Robbie Rexroth needs to come to the office and check out, please.
I don't have him. He's in my wife's class. Okay? So, on this, put in negative 5 divided by 14, see what you get. Did you push the button? Is it greater than 1?
Negative 0.34.
So is that greater than 1?
Can I help you?
Miss Montgomery, Riley's in my wife's class.
Okay, thank you.
And so it's not going to be greater than 1, so the number that I can check is negative 1. That's a number to the left of this one. Why would I want to mess around with the fractions when I can pick whole numbers? I'm picking any number I want as long as it's to the left or to the right. I don't have to make this harder on myself. You'll never visit the fraction again. Okay? And so now let's plug this back into the original. If you trust yourself of simplifying this down, you don't have to plug it in up here. You can do it to the simplified version. I would plug it into this one right here. This is the one I would plug it into. Okay? And so I'm going to take negative 1, and I'm going to be 8 times negative 1 minus 4. It's got to be less than negative 14 minus 20 times negative 1. I'm going to get negative 8 minus 4. It's going to be greater than negative 14 plus 20. And then I'm going to get negative 12 has got to be greater than 6. Is that true?
No.
Negative 12 greater than 6 is not true. So therefore on this side, which is going to get easier because my 0 is going to take care of it for me, 8 times 0 minus 4 less than negative 14 minus 20 times 0, which is going to be negative 4, greater than negative 14. Is that true? That is true. Is it an equal to? So therefore it's going to be an open circle shaded towards the truth. We all want to go towards the truth. Okay? Now interval notation. Where am I starting at on my shading? Negative 5 over 14. That's my starting point. Is it an equal to? Is it included? It is not, so it's a parentheses. Where is it going to? Positive infinity, because it's not stopping, right? And that would represent both of my solutions. What you needed to do was solve it, graph it, interval it.